Tall tree, small tree, we get the back
I think
tree.
we should do tall and skinny.
I always thought that growing up, I was slower than everybody else, and maybe that I was lazy, or that I just couldn't do the things that all the other kids did and last as long. So it was really hard. Eric and I had just gotten married. It was 2001.
We actually met selling pigs at the Junior Livestock Show here in Spokane when we were in high school.
I started having chest pains, and so I finally went to the doctor, and they did an EKG and came back and told me that I had a complete heart block. And they sent me home just saying, if you feel like you have an elephant on your chest, call 911, but you'll see the cardiologist in a month.
We kind of went home and thought about it and talked about it, and then kind of went on with our business.
I didn't know if this was something that was going to, change my life forever, if I was going to live, how it would impact me. And I actually didn't fully know the impacts of it until, several years later when I got my first pacemaker. So I had Caitlin, she was 3, and my son Peyton wasn't quite a year yet, he was about 10 months. And I started feeling like I was going to pass out. I'd be at work or driving, and I would get these episodes of just, everything kind of going dark. And it was 2 weeks later that I had the surgery. I didn't know what life would be like, with a device in my body, and I was scared for my kids. I think I cried every day for 2 weeks, just not knowing what was going to happen. So, I was getting my master's, teaching full-time, had the kids, so I was tired all the time. Fast forward 2013, 2014, nothing had changed. After dealing with it for so long, you're ready to just have it be fixed. And at that point, in talking with the doctor, it was decided that I would go to an electrophysiologist. That led me to Dr. Lesmeyer, and I really feel like he's my savior. He did every test imaginable, and that's when I found out that I had heart failure.
She's had a very difficult course, but due to recent advances in pacing therapy, her heart function is now normal, and we're trying to get her back to a normal life. We wouldn't have been able to do this with technology 15 years ago.
So now I have a pacemaker and a defibrillator, and a lead going into the left ventricle, basically making my heart beat together like it should in synchronization.
This last year was probably the hardest part, learning about the congenital heart failure, the multiple surgeries that we went through, the strength that she's shown. Like I said, I don't know if it's something that I can see myself going through.
Organizations like the American Heart Association and Wired for Life have helped me become an advocate for myself. They provide resources and outlets for people so you don't feel alone, and you know that there are people out there that have gone through this, and that you can use their experience to help you find some hope in all of this.
We wouldn't have the advances we have in medicine without foundations like the American Heart Association.
People, especially women going through this, get really depressed, and you think that, this is it. There's no cure for this, but with these organizations, they're working so hard for cures and raising awareness for other people and money to research these. And I just feel so grateful for the technology that I have now that's keeping me alive and, able to be with my family. So